Taurus, this is your week ahead tarot card reading by Born Without Boundaries Tarot. It's a message for Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising sign. This is an energy reading, guys, so take it where and how it resonates. And if you're not a Taurus and for some reason this has popped up on your feed, it's absolutely for you. It always comes to you at just the right place in just the right time. And this is where your message begins. It's somewhere in the past that it begins, because that's actually the first card that popped out was like, you're guarded. And you're guarded. You're being defensive and protective. Nine of Swords is, you know, I've fought through too many things. I'm battle worn. I've got heavy scars. And with those scars comes wisdom, and it also comes defensiveness. I don't let everything through anymore. This sense of knowing what to do with your energy and being almost protective of your energy, not wanting to spend it on just anything. But you're looking back, and it's weird that that card came out and this card was the first one to come out. Now, this is a long time ago. I feel like it's so long ago, it's like off the charts, or it could be past life. You know, some people don't believe in past lives, and it would be a while ago. This is an energy of a love offer or something that you used to have faith in. And I think that that's the sad part, is that your faith somehow, there was an openness, there was a kindness, there was a generosity, there was a certainty, there was a faith that now is like, I don't trust it. I don't believe in it. I don't know if I even think that that's true anymore and could ever believe that again. It's not that it's completely written off. The Nine of Wands wouldn't say absolutely no, but it's just so much more guarded. It's weather worn. It's a wounded warrior. It's like you've been traveling so far and come such a long way, just guided by faith. And now you're reaching a point of what? I don't know. There's so many other cards on the table. So let's get into them. We have, somebody stealing, somebody taking something from you, somebody undermining you, or thoughts that are undermining your whole self. So they're just draining you, taking from you, overworking you. And then there's the Sun card, which is all about shining light on this situation, or bringing it to light, or exposing it, or claiming victory somehow over it, maybe because somebody snuck in. And then we have you, Taurus, showing up in your own reading, which is a certainty, a self-assuredness, knowing who you are. There's also a sense of tradition here. There's a sense of maintenance here, something that is valuable, something that is reliable. And then we have confusion, which is, these cards are all over the place, which is smoke and mirrors. Maybe a lot of options, a lot of choices, but it all feels a little bit not so real. And then the Eight of Swords. So what the, oh my God. Taurus, there's a circumstance in your life right now, in some ways, that is, I think, undermining your ability to focus on all that you can be. And all that you can be is still very much intact. But there is a circumstance here that it's just not as worth it as you think it is. And I think it's inevitable that it's going to eventually leave you, or leave you kind of distracted, distraught, out in the cold, not really or this is, once again, thoughts. It's almost like something is distracting you big time. Maybe you felt this, you're doing so well. Like, look at the cards that came out. There's just this energy of like prosperity, that you're doing so well. And then there's this piddly shit around you that is almost distracting you or keeping you in isolation somehow. Weird. God, can you please clarify? Please remember, guys, if you're looking for personal readings, I do those. Please check out my website, www.bornwithoutboundariestarot.com, and you can book and schedule right there. And please subscribe to the channel. Help us grow over here, please. And remember to hit all notifications so that you know when I go live. Hold on. This is in reverse. So this is sort of love disappointed, or something that never got off the ground, something that never was able to work, or a lack of confidence in something. And that's where we're starting. And this is a 10 of Swords, so something that's been very painful, something that had to end. The Knight of Swords rushing in to make a decision, conversation. Okay, you know what's coming in? What's coming in is that you know for sure, in order to protect all that you have, and you actually do have a lot. I see 555 here. You actually do have a lot. You have a lot of prosperity, and you have a lot of growth opportunities, and you have a lot of, it's like your time to shine. But ultimately, it comes with, a message that comes in. I think it's you have to end something. Like you are finally realizing that something it can't work out. Maybe there's phone calls coming in. Somebody wants to move things forward in a situation that you've already given up on, or you've already realized something is toxic, it's not working. Something has finished, or a decision to end something, or accept that something has ended, so you can start to move forward or figure your way forward. Because this is an energy of somebody who's just immature. They're not emotionally ready or prepared. Somebody who is maybe a little bit needy, maybe manipulative to be needy. And ultimately, there's an energy here that is really draining you. And maybe you don't want to think about it. You want to you're trying right now to still distract yourself and make yourself think, oh, it could be different, or, it could get better. Those are really delusional. There's a lot of smoke and mirrors here. Maybe somebody's trying to make you not see that little by little they're taking off on you, or little by little they're not going to show up for you, or little by little something has changed and it's not what it was. And that's why the first card that came out was hidden, because I think in a lot of ways you did put faith in the situation, and now you're sort of defensive because you could be stuck in a situation where you're trying to defend something that you had decided to put faith in, but simultaneously it's not really worth the faith. It's hard, man, because when we get to know something, when we start out a situation and it's really good and we're really hopeful, our neural pathways learn all of those sensory inputs, smells that we associate it, sounds that we associate with it, maybe taste that we associate it, the feeling of something that we associate with it, the sound of something, the sensory input. We associate it with it being happy and being good, and we're not capable, or it's very then difficult to change how we feel about something that still sounds the same way, it still looks the same way, it still smells the same way, blah, 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 but it really isn't behaving the same way. So there's a defensiveness here of not wanting to see something, or being distracted by something, even though it's like you're distracting yourself, even though you know it's draining you. But there's really a decision that has to be made. And I think there's a message that's coming in, or a conversation that has to happen in order to discuss how do we move forward. And that may be what breaks the straw that breaks the camel's back. Because there isn't a way forward, really. The way forward may inevitably be, I have to leave you behind, or I have to let you go, or a feeling of this might happen. But then there's this beautiful major arcana combo of the Sun and the Hierophant. So it's almost like there's a lot. It's like it's like something is really good going on in your life. There's this wonderful energy, and then there's this undermining energy that for some reason you feel like you're obligated. It's like you're married to it. You've committed yourself to doing it or to being there. And it's not good. Like it's not good. Like it's good. It's like good. It's like on your honor and on your integrity that you're there and that you've stuck with it. But it's not a healthy situation. It's not what you wanted. It's not positive. It's got to end. You got the 10 of Swords there, and it's going to be a painful ending. And there's just a sense of, it's almost like, do I have a right to say stop? Of course you do. Of course you do. You know, if this was a job, it's a sense of, I really hate this. I really hate this experience. I've committed myself to it, but I'm not getting, but I want to move on from it. Like, how do I get out of this kind of energy? If this is a relationship, this is I want to move forward. I'm trying to pretend like I don't see what I see, but the writing is on the wall kind of energy. You know, I feel like you owe somebody something, like you need to stick by them or stay with them because you have committed yourself to them. It's an act of integrity. Maybe this difficult situation is bringing you closer to religion, bringing you closer to a sense of spirituality and faith that you had left behind and you had not wanted to see or get yourself involved in. Let me see. Yeah. Well, there's an Ace of Cups that's just come out. I think there's this beautiful sort of a life raft. Scorpio got a similar energy, so you might want to watch their video. There's this beautiful kind of life raft that comes in to help you realize that there's potential in the future. There's something here that is a better option, or faith, or a sense of grace that's allowing you to be willing to wait as long as something, because you know that it gets better, or you know that it gets that better is coming, and better is coming in, and maybe there are signs of it now that are coming in. We have this beautiful energy of the Empress, which is such abundant energy. A lot of times it's maternal, maybe it's fertile energy. So maybe there's I don't know, something like an ultimatum here, this sense of incompatibility, the sense of not wanting to see it, but there's this beautiful energy of being able to be pregnant with something, or wanting to be pregnant, or realizing that there's a robustness, there's a prosperity here. This is fertility that I keep hearing. Like, this is flowing to you. There's a lot of love. There's so much better than what you're settling for. We've had these reoccurring themes, and I don't know why, but it's all this week about there's something better than what you're settling for. And ultimately, I feel like there's news of love or opportunity coming in from a maternal figure, or coming in because of your divine femininity. There's just this energy of just abundance, and your cup is overflowing with all this abundance that's coming in. But in some ways you want to protect that. It's like something is coming in that you know is really, really good, and you want to protect that, because whatever has been going on, it's kind of undermining you and distracting you. And there's this energy of, but I feel like I owe it to whatever commitment I made to stick with it, while simultaneously knowing it really doesn't deserve to go into the next chapter with me. I don't know if this is an it or a person, but this is your dilemma. And so I think you know that in order to protect the future that you want and everything that you can be, something has got to be cut loose. And Taurus, you just have to give yourself the permission, give yourself the grace to cut that loose. Just allow yourself to cut that loose. Let me see. So we have Aries energy that came out. I wanted it to clarify, this is you taking action and you moving forward. This is also the energy of independence and self-proclamation, this sense of I know who I am, this sense of physicality, fighting for something, very virile energy, very intense, maybe even angry energy. But no, I think it's more about progress. I think it's about finding your energy, channeling it, and being able to move forward. You could be dealing with an Aries, or an Aries could be what's coming into your future. But I think it's about fierce independence. Knowing that you can survive on your own and that you don't need anybody's help, or that you're willing to go in a direction by yourself without even asking for it. There's a fierce sense of certainty in your own personal capabilities and independence, and I don't think you want to be encumbered by your obligations anymore, and that's making you feel like shit, because there's something here that you made a promise to, that you said, hey, we'll have a future, or this is what I'm going to do for the rest of my life, or this is what I'm going to be. And ultimately, you're not who you were. You're not where you were. So you're not supposed to stay who you were. You got to be who you are. And that's what I think you're coming into being right now. What's coming into being is who you are. And whatever that means, it could require some ties are being cut. There could be an angry energy too, kind of combative, not wanting to take help or accept help, feeling like it's undermining you, being guarded or being defensive about anybody's attempts to connect with you or say anything with you, or for like anything at all. So let's clarify though. Let's clarify Aries energy for Taurus, please. Yeah, this is fierce independence. This is certainty of your own value and worth. This is confidence in your work and in your future, and knowing that fortune is about to shine on you and favor you, because it absolutely fucking is. I told you that something was going really, really wonderful. Happy birthday, Michelle Sandy. But ultimately, you got to cut ties and cut loose with anybody who's kind of like, you know, like a wet rag, kind of dragging you back. There's the 10 of Cups, which is certainty, it's security, it's abundance, it's prosperity, but it's secured prosperity, which is what you want. This is also family, building a home that you can rely on, depend on, something that has a tremendous amount of value, money coming into you, credit where credit is due, being given the resources that you need to create the life that you want, and using them to continue to build out or structure your life and commit yourself to long-term commitment, doing hard work. Fortune is shining upon you. I feel like you're very, very kind of focused right now on your work or your job or what you see headed into the future. And you know, in some ways, something has to end in order for you to move forward. So Taurus, long story, short story long, this is your sign. This is your sign and your message. You got to cut those ties, because where you're supposed to move is toward the future and your prosperity. And you're not supposed to take with you those things that you know are supposed to end. Let's continue this message over in the extended. Link is down below. I'll see you guys there.